Rusame reader, Crow Song, and today I will be reading to you from Mystery Savior's Book of Rusame One-Shots. Anyway, I would like to warn you guys that this one has smut, and I was requested to read this by my horny motherfucker of a platonic spouse, Lucid Dreams. They knew this was what I was gonna do. I told them that I was going to immortalize them. And, I told them they were going to be immortalized as a horny motherfucker. They knew this was coming. They know what they did. Their response to me on that was smut. So, they're getting smut. But before we get into that, this is going to have some trigger warnings. Gay sex, anal, begging, overstimulation, edging, biting, and teasing. That being said, on to the one-shot. The name of the game. Holy shit, you're hot. I know, right? I'm so sexy. The two teenage boys snickered at each other as America crouched repeatedly in front of Russia's character, clearly trying to twerk. Damn, boy, shake that ass. Russia joked, laughing as America's character, with a Thanos skin, started spinning around as well. God, this is the shit Minecraft was actually made for. America giggled, stopping his antics and opening up his inventory menu. America had called Russia and asked him if he wanted to come over in the late afternoon, and they had been playing video games until it got dark. Since his parents were out for a date night, and his brother was sleeping over at Mexico's house, and his twin sisters were on a school trip, the loneliness was starting to get to America. Russia was the first person he thought of to keep his mind off of it. So, what do you want to build? America asked, picking out some quartz from his limitless inventory by fiddling with the joysticks of his controller. You were the one who made us creative, so what do you want to build? Russia vetoed. I don't know. The boys sat in silence for a moment before Russia grinned. You know, to celebrate you getting such a sexy skin, we should make a strip club, he purred. America laughed and lightly slapped his arm, shaking his head. God, you're such a horny bastard, America teased, poking his tongue out at him. But it's the best idea we've got, so what the hell? Wait, Russia said, making America stop looking for building materials. He quickly got up from the comfy couch and dashed into the kitchen. What you doing? America called after him, laying a multicolored arm on the armrest of the couch and listening to the clanking of glasses in the kitchen. Russia emerged a few seconds later with a bottle of whiskey and 2 glasses and a shit-eating grin. Usually, vodka's more my style, but I'll make an exception, Russia chuckled, placing down the glasses in front of them and pouring some alcohol into each. He handed America his glass and was surprised when the boy quickly grabbed it from him and sculled it down. Wow, damn, you were thirsty, Russia snickered, sipping his own glass. The whiskey was warm and burned as it slid down his throat, but he was used to it, so he didn't mind. Oh, Russ, I'm always thirsty, America cooed, wiggling his eyebrows suggestively. Russia just laughed. And you call me a horny bastard. The two began working on the strip club, forever ruining Minecraft's family-friendly ideals. America worked on the interior, while Russia worked on the exterior, both of them making up things as they went. Neither of them had actually been to a strip club, unless the Grand Theft Auto one counted. So they kind of just had to improvise and add in things they thought would be funny. America added in a sort of catwalk with the infamous pole at the end, while Russia was busy planting 1,000,000 villages out in front to guard the building. After about an hour, their mission was finally complete. Wow, Ruski, looks like you aren't completely incompetent after all, America snickered before chugging another glass of whiskey. He was pretty drunk already, speaking slowly and slurring. Funnily enough, when he was drunk, he spoke more formally, which was quite a surprise to Russia. Russia chuckled, judging the interior of the building. Can't say the same for you. Hey! America pouted. You take that back! Russia looked up as if thinking before looking back at him with an evil grin. Nah, I don't think I will. America narrowed his eyes, launching himself on Russia, making the taller yelp in surprise. After a bit of a scuffle, which involved Russia's controller falling on the floor and America's glass almost toppling over, America was now positioned in Russia's lap, leaning so close to him that their chests touched. Take it back, you meanie. Russia glared at him playfully. Never. America frowned before smirking, suddenly getting an idea. He wrapped one arm around Russia's neck and the other around his waist before very slowly, teasingly rocking his hips back and forth on Russia's lap. His ass was parked right on the taller's groin, and America could tell his actions took immediate effect as Russia's eyes widened and his cheeks reddened, his gaze darting down for a second before returning to America's smug face. Please, baby? America purred into Russia's ear, his grinding growing more intense for a second before returning to his former slow pace, causing Russia to involuntarily growl. America, stop. Aw, but I'm having so much fun. America chuckled lowly, pressing kisses along Russia's chiseled jawline, using his lower hand to softly trace shapes into his side, causing the Slavic country to instinctively shiver. I know you like this too. Don't deny it. No, Russia stopped mid-sentence to bite his lip and turned his head away, squeezing his eyes shut and trying desperately not to make a sound as America's grinding became faster and his kisses turned into sucks and bites. America moaned quietly in his ear just to tease Russia some more, which just made him bite his lip harder and move his hands to grip the striped country's hips. Damn it, America! Russia groaned, mostly out of annoyance. He was tipsy and not thinking clearly. If America continued, he might do something he feared he'd regret. Come on, baby, play with me, America cooed, his lower hand slowly gliding up Russia's torso. Oh, so you want to play games, do you? Russia asked, raising an eyebrow at the drunk country, who just nodded with a sly smile and half-lidded eyes. Russia smirked, pulling America somehow even closer to him before growling in his ear. Then let's play. He quickly bit down on America's shoulder, causing him to moan loudly in surprise, using his hand around Russia's neck to reach up and tug his hair. Licking the bite marks, Russia smirked up at America, who had his back arched and his legs hugging the Slavic country's sides. The taller country connected their whips, pressing hard against America as the country nestled his lap, grinding his ass even harder on the obvious bulge in his pants, working his hips well. Russia's hands on America's hips strayed to his ass, squeezing it to make America gasp for Russia to slip his tongue in, exploring around his newly found territory. America giggled into Russia's mouth. Jesus, this guy was hot. Russia stood up suddenly, pulling America up with him and breaking away from the kiss. He grabbed America's hands, leading him to his own bedroom. Why did you have to stop? America whined as he pressed against Russia as he closed and locked America's door. Because your parents are going to come home, and I don't want them seeing both of us naked on the couch. Russia chuckled, slamming America into the door and attacking his neck, making the shorter moan happily. Jump. Russia purred into America's ear, causing him to jump up, wrapping his legs around Russia's waist and his arms around his neck. Russia gripped America's thighs to keep him stable and carried him to the bed where he laid him down, kissing down his neck to his collarbone. America eagerly stripped off his shirt so that Russia could pepper more kisses down his torso, caressing his soft skin along the way. Ruski, please stop teasing, America moaned. Oh, you don't want me to tease you, Russia chuckled evilly. You should have thought about that before you teased me. America whined softly as Russia slid America's pants and boxers down, freeing his erection dripping with pre-cum. Russia gently rubbed the tip, grazing his thumb down the base slightly, and watching America squirm. A few agonizing moments later, Russia finally bent down and licked a long stripe from base to tip, not really satisfying America, but pleasing him enough to let out a encouraging moan for him. Russia slid America's whole dick in his mouth, bobbing up and down, slowly causing America to pant and moan appreciatively. Hollowing his cheeks, Russia sucked on America's boner as he bobbed, America arching his back and moaning loudly. America tangled his hand in Russia's hair, tugging it whenever he sucked particularly hard, bucking his hips instinctively to meet Russia's lips, desperate to release. Yes, oh God, Russ, America moaned, Russia quickening his pace in response. Oh, Jesus, Russia, I'm gonna... Before America could finish both his sentence and in the other way, Russia pulled away quickly, a popping sound signaling a loss of connection, and America whined loudly, trying to gain back the high he had been about to reach. But without stimulation, nothing worked. Once he was sure America wasn't going to come anymore, Russia returned to bobbing up and down, working his tongue expertly around America's desperate dick, earning himself more moans and pants. After their previous adventure, America was more sensitive. Oh God, don't stop. I'm so close. Please, Ruski. Russia pulled away again, causing the striped country to groan in frustration, running a hand through his hair. This was embarrassing, to say the least, being treated so mercilessly by this sexy, smug asshole. Russia repeated this over and over again, basically torturing the poor horny boy. He had shoved some fingers to stretch him out, but at this point, America doubted he was ever going to finish him off. It was hot at first, but now he was getting annoyed. He just wanted to fucking come. Russia leaned in to do it all over again, but America was fed up. He sat up straight and grabbed Russia by the collar and narrowed his eyes at him. I swear to God, Russia, if you don't fuck me properly, I will never let you top again. Russia swallowed, taken aback and slightly turned on from America's commanding tone. He nodded and stripped, laying America back down. His boner was finally free from its prison, and to be honest, it had been kind of painful in his tight jeans. Russia positioned himself in front of America's entrance, spreading his free cum over his dick to try and lube it up for his partner, not wanting to make it painful for him. But he still wanted to have some fun with it. How much do you want it? Russia purred with a smirk, rubbing his tip against America's hole teasingly. So fucking bad. Please, Russia, just fuck me. I want you inside of me. I want you to fuck me until I can't walk. Please. America whimpered, trying to grind against Russia's cock to get any kind of stimulus. God, that was hot. America literally begging him to be fucked. Russia could get used to that. Deciding to finally put him out of his misery, Russia slid in without too much resistance, groaning loudly at the feeling of sinking into America while the smaller moaned under him, rocking against his dick to try and get as much of it as he could. Yeah, it hurt, but at that point, he just wanted to be fucked so badly he didn't even care. Russia stayed still for a second, no matter how much he wanted to hammer America into the bed, just because he wanted to make sure America had adjusted. Russia, please move, America begged. Russia didn't need to be told twice. He immediately started to thrust in and out, earning himself a couple pleased moans from the country beneath him. Speeding up his thrusts, Russia moaned loudly at the feeling of America's insides hugging his dick. The room was filled with sounds of loud moans and slaps. Faster! Russia obliged, slamming into him suddenly, making America scream with pleasure, coming onto his stomach with a loud moan, happy to finally release. He thought it was over. Bitch, it ain't. Russia continued thrusting even harder and faster, the panting, messy, moaning, squirming America under him, turning him on even more and making him want to fuck him into oblivion. America wrapped his arms around Russia's shoulder, wanting to be closer to him. As Russia pounded him, he grabbed his dick and pumped it up and down, causing America to moan extremely loudly and porn starishly into his ear, his legs shaking from the force. Russia pumped in time with his thrusts, making America arch his back and dig his nails into Russia's shoulders, dragging them down his back. Suddenly, Russia hit a certain spot that made America scream again, coming a second time into Russia's hand as the country aimed and hit that spot relentlessly. America had reached the point where he was so overstimulated he couldn't make any more sounds, barely able to catch his breath from Russia's intense thrusting. Russia felt his thrusts becoming more sloppy as he neared his own climax, burying his face in America's neck as he slammed into him for the few last times, moaning loudly. He pumped America's exhausted cock hard a few more times before making them both come, America shivering at the feeling of Russia's warm seed filling him up and slightly spilling out. The two panted, trying to catch their breaths. Russia slid out, causing America to moan one last time. The tall male collapsed next to his friend, his chest rising and falling quickly as he breathed heavily. Okay, America managed to choke out between breaths. That was amazing. Russia chuckled tiredly. You're not mad anymore? America shook his head with an exhausted smile, too tired to properly answer him. Russia pulled him in, throwing a blanket over the two of them. America wrapped his arms around Russia, the other reciprocating and nuzzling his face into his hair. Good night, May, Russia breathed. I love you. But America was already asleep. Jesus fucking Christ. Well, anyway, I hope you enjoyed the smut if you could handle it. Well, that being said, I'd like to invite you to the Discord. Sometimes you'll see me just post about what I'm reading and be like, Jesus fucking Christ, this is what I'm reading. But anyway, I hope you have a nice rest of your day, night, or whatever it is for you. Just enjoy your time. And I will see you tomorrow.